What is up, guys? It's the Alchemist here, the Sound Alchemist to be exact, and I'm here with
one Gershwan.
And today we're here to answer your questions in another WAAAGH for the greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. Also, we are doing super things, so if you guys really want to support the channel, you enjoy our videos, especially these, hit us up with a super thanks. It's down in the description, I think, right next to the like button, and you can ask a question and we'll guarantee, or it's a guarantee that we'll answer it.
That's right.
Thank you ahead of time.
Yes, also very, very much appreciated.
And this question comes from Simon Teese. What is the life expectancy of an average frontline soldier in the 40K universe, i.e., Imperial Guard, Orc Boy, Eldar, etc.? Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
So let's first talk about the one that I think everybody is most interested in, because you can relate, Imperial Guardsman.
Mm-hmm.
Not very long. I think, what isn't it, like 24 hours? 24 to 48 hours?
Something like that. Because the thing about Guardsmen is that you're not there because you're the best soldier. You're there because there are a lot of you.
Yeah.
The humanity has survived because the Astra Militarum just throws hordes and hordes and hordes of Guardsmen and basically wins wars of numbers, not quantity, not quality.
Yeah. So it's just numbers, attrition.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the reason why. Are there veteran Imperial Guardsmen?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, or it's even like when you read books like Tennis First and Only, it started out with a shit ton of them, and then it whittled down to like very few. And I think that's what they mean.
Yeah, this is a grim, dark universe. Like, you're going to be fighting against some pretty nasty things. And Guardsmen, the standard Guardsman doesn't have good equipment. I mean, it's basically, here's a helmet, here's a jacket that's not going to protect you from anything, and here's a gun that shoots light.
Good luck.
Right. And if you want to run, then the Commissar is just going to kill you anyway, so.
Yeah. And then Orc Boys, they live pretty long. I don't think there's an exact time, but they live long because they're durable, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, you can cut off the head of an orc and it's going to continue to live. A pain boy can get it and graft it onto another body. So in that way, they live long. But then at the same time, kind of like with the Guardsmen, there's so many of them that Orc Boys die pretty easily.
Yeah, they're kind of like Guardsmen in the fact that there's so many, because when one dies, the spores, get released, and then you got more orcs growing. So, but they're tougher than humans, obviously. And
if there's like, let's say like a barricade, what are the Imperial Guard like with the machine guns? What are they called? The kit.
The heavy gunners?
Yeah. So, like, if there's a heavy gunner unit, Orc Boys would run straight at it. They're not going to try to, like, be strategic. No, they're just going to run straight at it. So, in that way, they die pretty easily.
Yeah.
Now, with the Eldar, they think life is precious, and they should because they're a dying race.
Yeah. They're going to live most battles, I would assume.
Multiple paths, too. So, like, the Eldar have this concept of paths.
Yeah, so basically each path takes about 1,000 years to complete fully. So Eldari can live for like thousands and thousands of years because they'll master multiple paths. That's not to say every Eldar is going to live for 1,000 years. Obviously, you have casualties in war, but for the most part, yeah. They're long-lived and they'll survive most battles.
And then Hormagaunts and Termagaunts, they die pretty quickly. Their purpose is to die. If you've seen the trailer for Space Marine 2, like, those Space Marines go through them like butter.
Yeah, like nothing. And they're just there to kind of scope out the enemy, see what the enemy's working with, get reintegrated into the hive mind, and the hive mind learns off of that.
Yeah. And then Tau Fire Warriors, I feel, are like modern day Marines or the Army, where like they're there to fight, but the Tau Empire doesn't want them to just die.
Yeah, they will definitely retreat, regroup, live to fight another day. If a Tau gets left behind, chances are they'll send like a strike team to recover them and fall back. Because, they like the individual. Even though they're for the greater good, they value each warrior.
Yeah, they should make a remake of Saving Private Ryan, but with the Tau.
No, I was going to say Black Hawk Down.
That's a better one, yes. I think that's what I was thinking, because, that's modern day, right?
Yeah.
Black Hawk Down was one of my favorite movies. I watched that movie way too much. And it inspired me to create a lot of Ruined Terrain.
Yeah. with like the actual like helicopter that's like crashed.
Yeah, that movie alone would make, like, if I rewatch it, I would want to buy a starter set for Imperial Guard, which I think I have. Yeah. Next question.
This one is by Mason Rulin. Could GW be leading up to a second Imperial Civil War? Robot Girly Man, aka Gilliman, and Call being buddy-buddy with the Eldar and the Blood Angels being somewhat friendly to the Triarch Necrons. I don't see that playing out well. Also, if Sanguinius is indeed returning as the rumors suggest, maybe Sanguinius might see some heresy in Gilliman having practically taken completely over the Imperium. Whew, a lot to dissect there.
Yeah, the only reason I would say no is because it just seems like then GW has to create box sets with Imperium versus Imperium. And I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, especially for Xenos.
But who knows, because it's Space Marines and Imperial Guard. Like, people like that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if this does happen, it won't be till like middle of 10th edition. Because I don't know if you guys saw the rumor video I did, but basically the rumors say there's going to be a Blood Angel versus Tyranid box set, and perhaps the Sanguinor will be possessed by Sanguinius, or Sanguinius will be returning. It's kind of a little iffy as to what's going on there. There's going to be new Primaris Marines and that kind of stuff. So ushering in new units, a new Primarch maybe for the new edition, would kind of lead that way, because Dante, who is the Primarch, or not the Primarch, the Chapter Master of the Blood Angels, is kind of in control of half of the Imperium. Because Gilliman's controlling one half, Dante got put in control of the other half by Gilliman. So if Sanguinius comes back, then essentially he would have control of half the Imperium. And, you know, the whole thing with Gilliman working with Call, who the Primaris could be looked as heretical because they're improving upon the designs of the Emperor, which you could assume is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot that could happen there, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Or it could just be like kind of a quick little summary, kind of like Gilliman had some problems with like the Imperial Creed, but it's not a focal point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You're right. It's interesting to see what happens, because if you look into the past of 40K, you have the Imperium Secundus, which I believe it was Sanguinius that was put in control of that, right?
No, I think the Imperium Secundus was still Gilliman.
Was it still Gilliman?
Because I think it was because of the betrayal at Cal and that warp storm that like separated them.
Yeah, they didn't know what was going on, so like, well, let's make the Imperium version 2.
Yeah.
It was the Lion, Sanguinius, Gilliman, and Dorn, was it?
I don't think Dorn, because Dorn has always been by Terra. Yeah. But I do think it was the
those three.
Because I think I see a picture, Sanguinius, Gilliman, and the Lion.
The Lion.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because those were all the rumored ones to come back. We have one of the three, maybe two of the three coming out, and the Lion is still alive but sleeping. So we might get an Imperium Secundus Part 2.
It'd be cool if we get them all at once, too. Just kind of how they did with the Traitor Primarchs. We had Mortarion, Magnus right away. And there's another one, right?
No, that was it.
That's it? Oh.
Mortarion and Magnus.
Gilliman came out at the same time, though, didn't he?
Roughly, yeah.
This is not a question, but A to Z says, Sound Alchemist gray t-shirt looks like a cloaking device when he's sitting next to the gray wall in the kitchen. It's technically blue, but yes.
Yeah. I was actually going to bring that up because you've mentioned the shirt that I'm wearing now and how it's like an ugly teal/dad shirt. I'm wearing it again. I'm sorry. I've done you so much misery because you said I stepped up my t-shirt game. I just stepped it down.
In all honesty, like, if it's fitting, right? We are at that age where we're all parents and, you know, we're still playing miniatures. Not even, though, because we don't.
Yeah, we haven't played 40K in over a year.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by CZA, or CZA, however you pronounce that. Are the Chaos Gods based on the 4 elements of Western esoterica? Corn, fire, Slanesh, water, Zeech, air, Nurgle, earth. Water being about emotions, air being about intellect, earth physical, and fire usually spiritual or highest achievements. And fire and water are conflicting, air and earth also conflict. Anyhow, I've just gotten back into Warhammer after 20 plus years, and I've only just made the connection, but I would love any confirmation if this is known.
A little bit. I think it's grown as the years have gone by. Not to that extent, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think originally it was the 7 deadly sins, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and they kind of even went away from that.
Yeah.
It's funny. Lord Devilish says, "Only the God Emperor, master of the psychic power, could restore balance. But when the galaxy needed him most, he vanished."
Yeah, that's true. It's another avatar.
It is.
I kind of like the concept of it being more connected to the 7 deadly sins, just because it's more grimdark.
Mm-hmm. You could always connect things with things because 40K is so vague. You can make things make sense. Why not?
Yeah, especially if you want to create your own custom warband,
Mm-hmm.
go with whichever element you like and really fixate on that element's esoterica, like you said.
World 777 says, "Who was the little girl who entered Zeech's realm and passed his crystal labyrinth?"
The Emperor.
Yeah, easily the Emperor. Because the thing is, Zeech is supposed to make this labyrinth that is mirrors, and there's dead ends across dead ends, and it's just this huge maze that nobody can do it. And the Emperor was like, even a little girl can do it, and he kind of improved it.
Yeah, he mocked Zeech, and also I think it's an allegory to Alice in Wonderland.
I was thinking Wizard of Oz.
Or that might have been it, because they have a dog in the Wizard of Oz, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it wasn't just a little girl. The Emperor also became a dog.
Because we can do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Freeway Kings. Can you keep putting more emphasis on Gersh1 so Gersh1, then maybe throw in your old painting crew? Yeah. In the future? I don't really talk to the old crew that much anymore. And they're all scattered all over now, so it's just me. You never went painting with me, did you?
Once or twice.
You did?
Yeah.
After work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff was fun. Last question.
This one is by Shinku Kiritu Ichika. Oh, no, we already did this one in the previous one, basically asking, what if the Emperor never retired from the Great Crusade? We said it would just be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, next question is by Cancer. I have a question. The same I did a long time ago. Oh, okay. Trazian has a Fulgrim clone, untainted by chaos and plague. Trazian is a traitor that not only trades with Necrons, but with other races. What would happen if the Imperium discovers this clone and they manage to get their hands on it? How would this affect the entire Imperium? Because Papa Smurf is also back too. So if the Imperium found out the clone of Fulgrim and captured him and brought him back to the Imperium?
If it's just Fulgrim, cool, but there's clones of every Primarch. They're just not to the level of Fulgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Fulgrim thinks he's a loyalist still.
Right.
The clone.
The clone does, yeah.
So it would be a rescue mission and not a...
Get rid of him mission.
Yeah. Maybe.
Even then, I don't think that'll happen because we saw friggin' Horus be cloned, and that clone died.
Yeah, it did that, yeah.
So Fulgrim, in my opinion, was nowhere near the power, speed, strength of Horus, even without the Chaos Gods empowering him.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, even if you have a cloned Primarch, I don't think he'd be at that level of what the Primarchs were back in the 30K era.
Yeah, that's true. He went crazy, right? The clone of Horus?
As far as I know, yes.
And then Abaddon had to kill him?
Yes.
Which is why
if I remember correctly. Unless they changed it or retconned it or something.
Yeah. Because I think that's how he gained the support of the Black Legion. And he's like, well, I defeated Horus.
Yeah. Clone Horus.
Yeah, clone Horus. But that's still a really cool story if Fulgrim, Demon Prince Fulgrim ever comes back and this Fulgrim comes in, then it's that conflict.
I wonder what would happen if they see themselves and it's that's me. Well, that's what I used to be. Maybe would he embrace chaos more? This was weak, look at me now. Or would he be like, dang, I could go back to him being friends with Fulgrim. I need to go back to this person. Because it was the demon that killed Ferrus Manus, not Fulgrim himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, it would be really awesome if Fulgrim clone goes to Ferrus Manus clone, brings him back to the point where he's okay, both of them are good, they go fight Demon Fulgrim, Demon Fulgrim kills loyalist clone Fulgrim, but we get Ferrus Manus back.
Yeah. I mean, because even though the original clone of Ferrus Manus is dead, they could always clone more. Fabius Bile he's a mean mug.
Yeah. He is a mean mug, yes.
Yeah. And I think rumor has it that he's like working on creating like the perfect man or the new man or something like that.
AKA the Emperor.
Yeah, whatever that means. So a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And thank you for the super thanks ahead of time. Again, if you want your question guaranteed answered, super thanks.
Yeah, and A all the way to Z, I'll work on my shirt game. Maybe I won't wear a shirt next time.
Do it.
I gotta find pasties though.
Yeah.
YouTube won't allow it. So. But yeah, thank you guys. As always, it's been the Sound Alchemist.
Gersh1.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first.